What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Ethereum today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the seventh day of September, and here we are, just below $4,300. 7 hours, 26 minutes left in the week here, in the day as well. 2.3% down. I still believe that we have lower to go. If we look at these liquidation levels here, on Ethereum, the shorts do outweigh the longs. I'm fairly positive they do on the 30-day time frame still, which is nice. Wow, they largely outweigh the longs. Right, these were a lot closer earlier this week, but they definitely largely outweigh the longs. We've got a lot of longs to clear out here, a lot more shorts. Inevitably, I do think we will clear out all these shorts, but first, maybe take out these longs. Right, take out $4.2 billion worth of longs at about $4,100. Okay. Again, the idea here is that we do have lower to go. We're at $4,300 now. We probably do drop about $200, which for Ethereum is pretty substantial. If Ethereum's dropping that much, the question in your mind should be, what does that mean for altcoins, right? This is why I've been selective over the past week now in saying that I believe certain coins have found their lows, but the average coin has not, right? Somebody was like, C-Zar only says that a coin's found its low if he likes it. No, there's plenty of coins that I like. XCN's my biggest bag, and that coin is still going lower, right? There's plenty of coins that I like. There's just some coins that I believe are going to move up, or at least not going to move lower with the rest of the market over this coming week. And yes, I said over this coming week. It's going to be over this coming week. I think, and this, again, guys, this is the week that you need to prepare yourself, this coming 10-day period. Prepare yourselves for negative media. Prepare yourselves for the psyop of the cycle so far. People are really going to, on socials, on mainstream media, your favorite content creators, they're all going to try to convince you that it's the end of the cycle, that we're going to go lower, that there's dramatically lower prices coming, that the charts look bad, there's going to be some kind of negative news piece that comes out that's detrimental to the price. And then after the Fed meeting, everything's going to be fine. Nothing's going to matter. All that bearish mania, all that panic, all that intense emotion, it's just going to be at the lows, man. It's always at the lows. And so we're getting to the lows. We're getting to the lows this coming week. It's going to be there, right? I'm not a prophet. I've just been here before. We've done this before. So I'm expecting that. If we don't get any of that negative emotion generating stuff, cool, perfect. That makes it easier. But I doubt it. When is it easy? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe we'll just be emotional because it's going down. Maybe there's no negative news behind it. But anyways, I'm getting off on the maybes. Let's get back to reality here. Looking at the weekly time frame here, going down to 4,100 where those liquidation levels are, I think it makes perfect sense. 4,100's right there. And we could go a little bit lower too, but right there, right at prior resistance, right there. Get a little double bottom action going on right here, right? Find support right there. Could we go slightly below that low? Absolutely. Absolutely we could. And it wouldn't be a big deal if we did. I don't think that we'll go, if we do go below this low, I don't think we'll go too much lower. I'm doubting that we go below $4,000, but anything's possible. I mean, the reality is we could find support right here at 38.70. We could find support right here at 39.40, something in that area, right? It's very possible that we go down there and find support in that area, but I would think that we hold support probably not at this resistance point. I think a lot of people are going to be looking for this. If we take this low out, people will be looking for this area, and they'll be left wanting because we'll bounce off of this. We'll bounce off of these prior resistance areas right over here, right? This one here and this one here, right? Your all-time highs before this high here. And I think that's more significant, right? So zoom out and look at where the more significant areas are. They're just above $4,000. That's my expectation. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame. We'll zoom out from there, okay? 1 hour time frame. Here we are. We got about 22 minutes left in this 1 hour time frame. RSI is neutral. Truly neutral. I'm not bullish on it, but I don't have enough to be terribly bearish on it either. It's just truly neutral. I'm not getting anything off the 1 hour, but the price action is neutral too. Stochastics indicate you want to go down, but again, neutral price action on the 1 hour time frame. Stochastics are less reliable, but with that being said, they do implicate that you want to go lower. MACD, finding resistance at the 0 is what it looks like. You probably come lower, but again, don't weigh too heavy on the MACD. We're moving sideways. It's the 1 hour time frame. It's not going to be as reliable, but technically, yes, suggesting that we go lower. RSI rejecting the 50. Okay, here we go. A little bit, still neutral on the 4 hour time frame, still very neutral, but it would suggest that we have lower to go. Absolutely. If we go higher, and I want to say this real quick because I do expect we go lower. If we see 4,400, if we see 4,480, I don't care. That doesn't mean I'm wrong. Go to 4,500. I'm not wrong. Okay, it's still going to come down. I doubt that we go to 4,500, but wouldn't that be nice? A little bit of a pump. If we do that, man, altcoins are going to rally a little bit too. Maybe we'll have more coins that have decisive lows. But if we're taking this from a low here to a high there, what it would take for me to admit that I'm wrong and that we're not going lower, that the low is in, which I highly doubt. We're grinding out the low here and then we move up. I highly doubt that, right? This is what a low looks like. This is not what a low looks like. And maybe it's so obvious that we need another move up. We need another wick up to that $4,500 area, a higher high even, to convince people that the low is in, and then we drop as soon as that happens. We'll see, right? Just like here. We grinded out this area for a couple of days. It's obvious we're going to go lower. We didn't find support here. So what did we do? We had a nice little fake out move up, and then we dropped. But what it would take to prove me wrong, to invalidate me by my own standards, I would say, what is that, the yellow line there? Let's close a day up above 382 at 4,600. You get above 4,600, not just get above it, but you close a day above it, and I'm wrong, okay? Then I'm wrong. If you can't do that, well, I'm sticking with the downside. And where's the downside? 4,100, 4,150, 4,060, whatever, something in that area. We could go just below 4,000, but I'm not expecting that personally. Daily stochastics look bad. MACD looks good overall. Actually, it looks pretty good overall. Right now, momentarily bad. Come down, bounce off the zero. Do that. Come bounce off the zero, and then by the 16th, 17th, this time frame over here, you'll be crossed up. You'll be moving back up higher. I think it's going to be fantastic. Whatever, it's great. Yeah, a little bit lower. I expect that we'll find our low sometime this coming week. If things go the way that I'm kind of expecting them to go with various cryptos from the analysis I've done on Bitcoin, XRP, Stellar Lumens, HBAR, some big cryptos this cycle. Obviously, Bitcoin's always a big crypto, and so is XRP. Even when XRP is boring, it's still a big crypto. The implications I'm getting in the charts are that we're going to see some kind of massive wick down. So again, prepare yourselves for some kind of not sell the news, but like blood in the streets news event. There's going to be some kind of negative news. I bet we'll get a big wick down. It'll catch everybody off guard, except for the people who are listening to this video, hopefully. And then by the end of the week, we'll come back up. If I'm wrong and we close the week down, then the next week still we'll rip back up because we have the FOMC meeting. And once the rate cuts happen, I think we're going to be ripping and running, you guys. Absolutely, I do. You'll hear a bunch of people come out of the woodwork saying that the rate cuts are bearish, that this means that it's the death of the cycle. It's not, man. It really is not. We're nowhere near the end of the cycle at all. Death does not happen until when? Until like April, May, June 2026, okay? But bearish on the daily time frame, absolutely. You're grinding it out. I wouldn't, and again, be aware, tricky price action can happen. Tricky price action can happen. Right now, in my opinion, it would be too easy to move down. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if we moved up a little bit and then down. So just because we're at 4,400, 4,500 does not mean that I was wrong. Who cares if I'm right? Who cares if I'm wrong anyways? But it doesn't mean that I'm wrong. 4,600 or higher, that would mean that I'm wrong, okay? Closing. Need to close. If you're at 4,620, but then the day closes down at 4,400, I'm not wrong. You got to close above $4,600. Prove me wrong, please. I would love it if Ethereum moved up, because if Ethereum moves up, all my altcoins, all your altcoins, they move up as well, okay? Yeah, things look pretty good. Things look pretty good, in all fairness. Weekly time frame here. Looking at this. What the heck? I had a thing about, let's see, hold on. Oh, wow. Pro-Palestine protester causes crash during cycling race in Spain. ESPN was posting about pro-Palestine protesters. I'm like, why are they talking about that? But if it's during a sporting thing, that's fair. Well, that's sad. Leave the athletes alone, man. They're just providing entertainment, right? Anyways, and they're doing their best. They train, like, that's not fair to them, man. That really isn't fair to them at all. I know. There's all kinds of things that aren't fair for everybody in the world, right? But it's like, that doesn't mean that just because things are unfair to you that you should make things unfair for other people. That's not right, right? You want to make things more fair, you don't do it by making things unfair. That's not how it works, right? Pull your heads out of your butts. Anyways, here we are, weekly time frame. The RSI looks fantastic. I don't like the double top, if we're being fair, but we do have a setup for a double bottom here, which is nice to see. Stochastics are bullish as hell. MACD is bullish as hell. As we zoom out, things are just more and more bullish. We are undoubtedly in this area right above our prior resistance points for such a long time, guys. We found resistance here for like a year and a half. We're just consolidating here, looking really, really positive, looking really, really good right now. The longer we consolidate here without giving it up, the stronger this move is going to be as we go higher. And I really do expect Ethereum to progress to $8,000, okay? And again, the same question I've asked a couple times throughout this video is not, you shouldn't be like, when will Ethereum get to $8,000? When will it be? Maybe it's by the end of October. Maybe it's by the end of December. I don't know. Nobody knows, right? It could be The end of this month of September, if he really wants to. This thing moves up pretty damn fast, right? But the question should be, when it gets there, on its path there, what does that mean for altcoins, right? If Ethereum's going from $4,300 or basically $4,000, $4,100 by the end of next week to $8,000 by the end of next month or at a later time frame, what does that mean for altcoins? That means altcoins are going to rally, guys. It means altcoins are going to rip phenomenally. If Ethereum's going to do a near 2x, altcoins are going to do 3x, 4x, 6x. We're going to have altcoins doing 10x's, 20x's. It's going to be insane. It's going to be a good time, okay? And it all starts after the FOMC meeting. That's my thoughts. I got nothing else for you. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care of yourselves. Bye.